Hello, fourth graders. We have a lesson here that is going to be about real world math problems. We're going to call this lesson 7.0. How about that? Okay. It's not quite into lesson 7 yet, but it's an important skill and one that I want to cover more. Here's a little riddle for you. What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years? Do you like riddles? The answer is the letter M. Get it? Minute, one, this has that one M. Moment has two M's. 1,000 years doesn't have any letter M's. Just a little fun thing about time, because we're going to be talking about time and distance and money. Okay, a lot of word problems that you will see are about one of these three things. How much time, the elapsed time, how much money is left, how much money do they need, distance, how much farther, how much closer, things like that. Okay, and so these types of word problems, we're going to see them a lot. Here is Mrs. Mock's car. And if you don't know Mrs. Mock, we'll just say that looks exactly like her. Let's see. Mrs. Mock has to buy a new car. The car costs $13,000. And let's add the letter S there. She has $8,000 to make a down payment. A down payment is like when you're going to buy something big, you have to give them some of the money right when you buy it, then the rest you borrow. She will have to finance the rest from the bank. She can afford to pay $200 a month. So she is needing to figure out when she will be done paying for the car. We're not going to go through this problem, but I want to show you that this is the type of math problem that you will need to be able to figure out. If you want to buy a car, and if you want to own a car and drive a car when you are older, you're going to need to make decisions like this. So word problems about time and money and distance are definitely something that you need to be able to accomplish. And we're going to be working on that here today. We're going to be solving real world measurement. So when we talk about measurement, we can measure all of these things. Distances, intervals, we might even see some volumes, right? Like milliliters and liters. Masses, that's going to be kilometers, and it's going to be kilograms and grams. And money, all of these operations. We could be dividing, multiplying, subtracting. Who knows? Let's think about some other situations. So I did the car example with Mrs. Mock. Tell me another time in your life that you might have to solve some kind of problem or answer a question, not in school, not on a test, in your life, about time or distance or money. Yeah, maybe it said time, like how long a movie is, like when the movie's going to be over. Distance, like, are you going on a trip? You're going to drive to Florida? Money, how much does this Xbox game cost, right? These are real world situations. All right, let's zoom in here. We're going to do, Mr. White will do a couple of these, and then we'll do at least one together. Mr. White ran a race that was 5 kilometers long. The next day, he ran another race that was 3 kilometers long. Oh, I must have been tired. How many meters has he run so far? All right, visualizing. Visualizing is the most important thing that you can be doing as you read these problems. So I'm running a race. Got me? I look all sweaty, don't I? And then I run another race. And so we want to know how far I have ran. Well, okay, that looks pretty easy. 5 plus 3 equals 8. So, wait, that seems a little easy for fourth grade. Look, how many meters has he run so far? So I need to know how to convert that, right? Kilo always means 1,000, whether we're talking about a kilometer, or a kiloliter. Whenever we see kilo, we're taking something times 1,000. So 8 times 1,000 equals 8,000. Answer in a complete sentence. Why in a complete sentence? Well, if you write your answer in a complete sentence, it helps you to look back at the question. And looking back at the question can help you realize, like, oh, wait, I messed something up. Or, oh, yeah, that sounds good. So we're always going to write our answer in a complete sentence. How many kilometers has he run so far? So I need to use a piece of that question. So far, well, that's pretty big. That's probably going to be a problem on this whole page. So far, comma, he has run 8,000 meters. I don't need a book here. You don't need to write me a lot, but you do need to use a piece of the question and then put the answer with your label. Okay? All right, let's do one here about time. Mrs. Sylvester watched 4 movies. Boy, I hope she didn't watch them all on the same day. Maybe she had a movie marathon. What would you like to watch if you could watch a movie marathon? Me, I'm picking Star Wars for sure. The lengths of the movies were 90 minutes, 92 minutes, 84 minutes, and 94 minutes. The movies had 12 characters each. How many hours did Mrs. Sylvester spend watching movies? All right. Actually, I'm going to have you start helping me a little bit now. What do you visualize? What do you see in this problem? Okay, she's watching a lot of movies. Boom, 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 boom. 4 of them straight. So our question says, how many hours did Mrs. Sylvester spend watching movies? Now, be careful here because I see a number that, and we know we're going to add up minutes, right? But I see a number in this problem that's not talking about minutes. What's the number? It's this 12. See it? The movies had 12 characters each. Nobody cares. Well, probably someone cares, right? The people who are in that movie care, but not in this problem. This is a piece of irrelevant information because what somebody might have done, somebody might have tried to add 90 and 92 and 84 and 94 and 12. You can't add minutes plus minutes plus minutes plus minutes plus characters. Right? That doesn't work right. We have to have all minutes. And in fact, I wouldn't stack that many numbers. Once you start stacking 4 numbers, you start making mistakes. Let's do this part first. What's 90 plus 92? Okay, that's the first 2 movies. What's 84 plus 94? And now, I guess we need to write those answers there. What is 182 plus 178? How much is that? Okay, 360. So, all right. So I think the answer is 360. Let's put it in a complete sentence. Mrs. Sylvester, capital, watched movies for 360 hours. Wait a minute. What doesn't look right? Nobody watches movies. There's not even 360 hours in a day. There's not even, there's not even 365 hours in a week. So what did I do wrong? This answer right here, this is minutes. So I need to think how many minutes are in 6 hours. So really what I need to do is divide. 360 divided by 60. Those are those extended division facts that we've studied. How many 60s are in 360? There are 6, right? Mrs. Sylvester watched movies for 6 hours. That's better, right? Why did it help me to write my answer in a complete sentence? It helped me look back at the question and ask myself if the answer makes sense. One more together here. Oh boy, now we're going to fish time. We're going to a fish tank. Mrs. Muckerhide has a fish tank that holds 10 liters. When her son tipped the tank too far, that son, 428 milliliters spilled out. Then she added 5 more liters. How many milliliters are in the tank now? All right. So I see her fish tank, 10 liters, not a huge tank, not just a little bowl though. And when her son tipped the tank, do you see the water spilling out? And I can see Miss Muckerhide getting all mad, like, "What are you doing? Get away from my fish tank!" Okay, she'll be thrilled with that impression from Mr. White here. Look, we know that we're gonna subtract here because they spilled out. But what happened? Look at this. 10 minus 428. No, and not this either. No, because this is liters and this is milliliters. Just like you can't add minutes plus minutes plus minutes plus minutes plus characters, you can't subtract liters minus milliliters. You have to have all of the same thing. You can't do apples plus oranges equals bananas. One of my favorite sayings. Let's change this into milliliters. So 10 times 1,000 equals 10,000. This I can do. Okay. Ooh, look at all this borrowing here. We got to borrow here. This is going to be 10 and then 9. So now we have 10 here and then 9. 10 here. You can always go back to my subtracting lesson if you want to hear more about this borrowing. And then subtract. 9,572. But wait, there's more. What did she do after he spilled some water? She added more, right? So 5 more. So how about, whoops. Oh, made the whole thing go away. So how about this? Can I do that? No, this is milliliters. And I can't add liters to that. I need to add 5,000. 5,000. That's a 0. Okay, because we have to add milliliters plus milliliters. Okay, and then we would add that up and write it in a complete sentence. Type the sentence that we should write. Yes, you should write something to the extent of, there are now 14,572 milliliters in the tank. If you wrote that, you are correct. All right, so our goal today, we are working, and you're going to have some problems like this. There might be some about any of these things. Distance, time, volume, that's what we just did. Mass, right? Grams and kilograms, and money. You might have some of those. You might have one of all 3 or all 5. We're going to find out, okay? Because our goal is to be able to solve real world measurement problems. If you need any help with anything, be sure, reach out, let me know. Also, you can check in your, use some tools. If you forget how many grams are in a kilogram, use your tools, look it up, take a look, right? Be that problem solver. Okay, good luck.